An answer session, I hope, well, we will soon be complete, but I think we can start anyway. So my first question I read, which we received from you, a lot of automotive software engineering, even after many years of working with AUTOSAR standard, almost completely missing understanding of AUTOSAR system template. AUTOSAR system template document is not designed the way that it allows to learn topic from the scratch. It would be extremely beneficial to have an explanatory document on this topic. Are there any plans to work on it? I think, Manfred, you can answer.
Thanks a lot for the question. Yes. So first of all, I would like to thank to Zacharias because he jumped in today to have additional talks on the topic methodology. And this session is recorded, so as a starting point, I would invite everyone to, as soon as the videos are published, to have a look on it as a, let's say, immediate response, maybe to learn something, take away some points here. The second point is we have started, as you've heard, also there you see the so-called CP evolution, so classic platform evolution activity, where we also address the complexity topic. So we can consider your input here to also next to features which maybe will be explained a little bit better in future, that we have a similar thing for methodology. But as you know, AUTOSAR lives from the contribution of every one of you. So everyone who would like to contribute here to work on an explanatory document for methodology is very welcome to support us here.
Thank you. The next question. There are things like ROS or open source software for middleware of high performance EP. The reason of the strengths of applying AUTOSAR adaptive platform, in brackets, why do OEMs choose this? And the second question, please let me know the application cases of mass production of adaptive platform in a global market. Nadim, I think the question goes to you.
Yeah, thank you for that question too. So I get the first question as why do you use AP compared to other solutions? I mean, the adaptive platform is designed initially to cope and to be interoperable with the classic platform, as this is a widely used standard in mass production. It's designed to be interoperable. Additionally, we have safety, security by design integrated, so it is designed for automotive industry from scratch, which might only partially apply to other systems, but that's, I think, what it really makes it different to the other systems. And well, what are the application for mass productions for adaptive platform? We've seen a lot about this in the talks yesterday. What are the unique selling points of adaptive platform? Well, and what is adaptive platform used for? Mainly for HPCs, autonomous driving, big CPUs, and yeah, again, refer to the talk from yesterday. There were, I think, 5 slides about this, where you can have some more details.
Thank you, Nadim. So the next question today, the most of working group participants are Europeans, and the face-to-face meetings are held mostly in European countries, albeit the biggest number of partners comes from Asia. For us to work together, what is your understanding of AUTOSAR with regard to this issue, and any plans or ideas to tackle this? Bingle, I think a question for you.
Yeah, brilliant question. Yeah, as you already know, last say since last year, we have officially more Asian partners than any other regions. We do have executed some measures. We had a discussion since last year, starting from PL teams. We have also PS group, firstly to try to find out measures to motivate partners and also to wrap up new partners. Like we have more clear guidelines for FTEs for different roles. We have also measures to introduce this information to via different channels, and we also have some improvement of our coaching sessions so that we could communicate this to our partners. And also we have another peer group for China collaboration. Why started with China? I think Martin and Jingwei, if he is here, had the presentation yesterday. So we started with China is because for different regions, within all different countries, they have different requirements or wishes. And second reason for that is also the time I joined AUTOSAR, there is a booming period of Chinese partners joining. We have a lot of new Chinese partners. Third reason is that even though my base is in Germany, but I'm originally from China, then I think this is a good opportunity for me to practice my business, Chinese business. So that's why. And for that, we have already thought out some ideas, and the China Hub is rolling that out, like some user group or working group to improve the collaboration as working group bridge to bridge the Chinese partners, especially new partners, into the global joint work, standardization work. Because we thought maybe the problem will be language barrier or timing difference, but actually we identified the most issue here is people do not know how could they contribute in AUTOSAR. And what we are trying to work this out and also roll out this. Hopefully we could see the significant improvement in the future, and also, of course, this is open to other regions that we have other peer groups to deal with other regions. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So the next question is a very general one. What is SDV?
Okay. What is SDV? Yeah, it just takes 45 minutes, no, just kidding. I think in the last 2 days we had many contributions that brought in their understanding of SDV, and we should have a look at them, of course. I tried to rephrase the question a little bit to make it easier for me, and maybe also to make it easier for you, what my understanding is, maybe our shared understanding. How would it feel if we have achieved the SDV? So if everything that we have working for the SDV, how would it feel if we have achieved the goals of the SDV? So maybe first of all, how would it feel for the vehicle owner? For the vehicle owner, if we have achieved the SDV, he would get a vehicle, and this vehicle would get better, safer, nicer, more functionality, even maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years after he bought his vehicle. So this would be the experience of the vehicle owner. What would it be for the OEM probably? So for the OEM, if he has mastered the SDV, it would be he could ship software updates to his vehicle as fast as it's needed. He could provide it in a very cost-efficient way, and of course in a high-quality way, so to keep the vehicle still safe and secure and enhance the functionality. And maybe the third and last perspective, how would it feel if we have mastered SDV for the vehicle developer? For the vehicle developer, it would feel that he doesn't have to know about the vehicle infrastructure. So he doesn't have to know about PDUs, about networks, about distribution of certain ECUs, about some IP and so on. And he could just have an SDK, like for example an iOS developer has his HomeKit SDK, has his Watch SDK, has his HealthKit SDK. So he would have his vehicle SDKs and can really get productive very fast. He has a tool chain that he can set up in 30 minutes and start getting productive with tutorials. So this would be, let's say, the experience of an automotive software developer once our vision of the SDV has become reality. So this is my answer to this question.
Thank you very much. Well, the next question is also about SDVs. It reminds me a little bit on the film of Woody Allen. All what you want to know about SDV, but you never dared to ask. When SDV will be rolled out to the market, let's assume roughly. I think you can try an answer.
First, definitely it would be a continuous process. So, actually I could argue that even today we have SDV. So, OEMs are already compliant with some regulations like UNR 155 or 156 for providing software updates and security updates. We already have connected services and so on. So, to a certain degree, we can say that we already have SDV. However, based on everything we've heard in the past 2 days and in line with what Edward explained, I think SDV boils down to a common vocabulary to describe the building blocks or technology bricks that will allow us to bring added value to our customers as software product. And all these technology bricks, we can think of them from what we saw in the past 2 days. They can be a logical architecture, or standardized API, or standardized data points, service-oriented communication, vehicle API, development toolchain, CI/CD, and so on. All these are technology bricks that are already deployed to a certain degree during development. However, we must become much better at it. So we should standardize part of it, and then we need to streamline and roll out or institutionalize these processes in our organization and actually across the industry, because in this way we will be able to respond much better and way faster to our customer voice.
Thank you very much. So the next question is, with the new working groups forming and with new solutions coming to the fore, what would be the estimate of the car price, not after market costs? Will it reduce or get higher due to the increased development costs? Something which you can answer.
Yes, of course. So basically, AUTOSAR is market driven. So basically, we try to find the right answers on what the market demands. And if we see here in the project leader team, also in the C team, that we need to adapt the organizational structure, we will do accordingly in order to meet this measure. And the second thing is basically one of the mantras of standardization is that you really want to achieve here a high efficiency. But if you think about if everybody invents his own wheel, then you're not quite efficient. So the efficiency basically should solve here the topic in order to reduce the effort for every organization.
Thank you. Before I give to Michael the last question I have, I want to ask here in the audience, meanwhile, any new questions which arose? You have a chance now to ask our chairperson and the project leaders. So please feel free if you have some new questions which came up. I see one over there. Bring us the mic.
Thank you. Actually, I have already asked this question a couple of colleagues during coffee break, but would like to ask again because question is following. How do you think why AUTOSAR is not so popular is not in North America, which basically we saw from number of partners, right? About 115 in Europe, 115 in Asia, and just 40 in North America. Thank you.
Yeah, go wait for the micro, bring it.
So first of all, I think in North America there are way bigger companies that own way bigger market share than compared to Europe and Asia. So there's just the pure absolute amount of companies, maybe not in the same magnitude as in the other regions. And following the popularity, of course, we are trying to figure this out. We need the feedback of the OEMs, the feedback of the suppliers, and so on and so forth. Nevertheless, what we see in reality, this is what we showed yesterday in the slides about the adoption of AUTOSAR in different top 20 vehicle production companies. We saw that most of the American companies are there. There's one famous exception, but even the famous exceptions for component business uses components from suppliers, which are often based on AUTOSAR.
Thank you, Michael. Any further question? Yeah, I see one over there.
Thank you. It's great honor to see you all guys together. I've been personally fan of AUTOSAR Group and I understand the benefit. But I have a very genuine question, simple question like automotive market or supply chain management is distributed right from OEM to the lower level suppliers, you know. Many times the cost is a factor, right? Many people understand the beauty and efficiency of AUTOSAR, but many a times due to cost factors, people switch over to the legacy approach of development. What AUTOSAR Group is doing to bring down the cost so that, you know, distributed talent and ecosystem of the suppliers can afford to bring it to their development practice, and you know it can be globally interchangeable, modular, and beautiful, right?
Sure. Who would like to close? Michael?
So it's always easier if you get the questions up front and written, but let's try to answer it. First of all, very much appreciated the feedback, so that you would like, and also see it similar, that AUTOSAR you can act like in an orchestra, orchestrating how you do the software development. At the moment I see that in a lot of times there are single, I would say, projects which don't understand their role in the orchestra. So they are trying to force solutions into a system that doesn't work in the system. So for me it's very important that we educate as individuals, educate as companies, and also educate as organization AUTOSAR. What's the benefit, why you should use it, where you should use it, and this starts from each and every individual that has understood how things should play together. Yeah? Why a lot of projects are using the legacy approach when looking into the costs. I know several reasons for that from also internal company discussions. So first of all, if you are using an Excel file and trying to translate the Excel file into a configuration in AUTOSAR, it will cost you more. This is the wrong approach. You're simply working orthogonally what AUTOSAR is supposed to be. So you need to really talk with your OEM how to improve the situation, or find for your own solution, for your own purpose, a better solution. Secondly, sometimes AUTOSAR is also underestimating in the beginning, like it will solve all of my architectural problems from the beginning. So we saw the talk of Peter Cleaver today, which was quite interesting. AUTOSAR doesn't replace thinking, that's always what I'm saying. Even if you are using AUTOSAR, you have the same problems with legacy solutions, you're not having a proper architecture. And sometimes this is even underestimated by management, because they say, okay, just buy an AUTOSAR stack and then everything will be fine. No, it will not be fine, you need to put some thoughts in it, it's an engineering discipline nevertheless, so not everybody can just compile it and it will do what you expect it to do. And this, if you miss this, then you will have increased cost in a later point of time in your project, because you are working on technical debt. And this is basically what financially will kill you.
But I think, to be fair, of course, introducing AUTOSAR, that we have all, I think everybody has seen that in his own companies, or if he has done consulting in other companies, comes of course with an investment. So it's not so that AUTOSAR, let's say, brings a return on invest from the very first day. So it's, I think, the break even takes some time, and this is maybe depends also on how big the pain point is. So I know, for example, from companies who have been in the, let's say, in the business of heating infrastructure for large buildings, where they have basically networked heating devices and have had so they had their own software stacks for, I don't know, 10, 15 years. But the burden and the cost and the overhead becomes so big that they have been looking into a solution. And even this company, they selected AUTOSAR after looking into different other ecosystems. But I think it depends on the size of your pain point, and it's always an investment which takes some time to pay off. And maybe that makes it also not always easy to argue at management level to do this investment.
Thank you. So this year we have in the US presidential elections, and I learned from the last questions that Mr. Trump has become a fan of AUTOSAR. So, Michael, a question for you. How can we make AUTOSAR great again?
First of all, I want to distance myself, being considered even remotely to embrace any or resemble any characteristics of the aforementioned person. So I think the question is valid and the question is good and formalized maybe intentionally like that. So first of all, we have had in the history, we were known for creating solid solutions based on the market feedback and not known about having marching bands running through CTO and CEO offices advertising the next new thing. So maybe this is something that reduced the attention span of AUTOSAR. And I think it is also relevant and important to tell in management level what are the benefits of AUTOSAR and retell it again why it has been started originally. So this will definitely increase the acceptance. So making it great again would mean that it is not great right now. Yeah? So we are all aware, independent of any technical solutions, that there are always potential for improvement. And this is what we are also doing. So we have listed in the beginning of the conference, in the first talks, some challenges which we are aware about. Some feedback we got from the market. And we also asked you to provide your feedback. Because there is very, very important. It will not be the AUTOSAR GPR as an organization that hosts events, that organizes the technical specifications, etc., that alone will contribute to the success of AUTOSAR. It's our AUTOSAR partners, so it's the engineers, it's all of the people that have understood AUTOSAR, it's people that work in the work packages that can contribute to improve all of the topics which we currently see as topics that are improvable for the future. And this is basically also a little bit a call to action, because at the end of the day, AUTOSAR is the sum of its partners. So we together can shape it, and if you want to make it great again, or if you think it's not great again, and go into the working groups, contribute what you have as feedback from your projects, because it's the only way we can retain the value which we have created over the last years. It's constant improvement based on feedback, on concrete feedback. So this is, I think, if we keep this up, and this was our spirit the last years, this will still be relevant and important in the future.
Yes, thank you, Michael. And thank you all for answering the questions. Ah, there's one. Martin.
A short comment to that. So I'm wondering a bit where this question comes from, because if you're looking at the pure numbers, AUTOSAR is great as never before. So we have 360 partners, and we are still getting more of them. So of course there is a lot of AUTOSAR bashing in the network. You might have seen that, but maybe this is also an effect we can see, because we are so big now. And of course we have to find our role in the STB, and there are definitely weaknesses, and we have seen that there is a lot of potential. I fully agree with your statement, Michael. And this is something we should really gain. So we really should care about this and bring this to the world, as I said in my presentation at the beginning. So, but as a kind of feedback from my side, so we have as many partners as never before, and this should be the message from my point of view. So we are still growing, and I think this is a good message and a good trend. And let's tackle this topic together and really make AUTOSAR great again together, right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, I think we are a community devoted to success. You all contributed to it. You did an excellent discussions during the speeches, and I think if we work together, we will succeed. So Michael, and you will have the concluding words.
So first of all, thank you very much for showing up in such huge numbers. So I've heard from the administration that we have 344 participants. So that's the biggest AOC which we ever hosted. So in this case, there goes out some thanks to the organizers. So I would like to thank the AUTOSAR communication and administration team for organizing everything and helping here out. So big applause for them, please. Next, I would like to thank the Japan Hub with AUTOSAR and also the support from the Japanese Hub for helping us here in the conference with local connections, etc. Thank you. And last but not least, I also want to thank Günther and AUTOSAR for the moderation during the last 2 days. Thanks a lot. So after the AOC is before the AOC. As you can see already in the background, the 16th AOC next year will be in Bruges, so it's in Belgium. As you might know, we are switching places from US to Asia to Europe, so we're always walking through, so next time it's Europe's turn again. And I would like to invite you and challenge you to break this year's record. I heard the revenue is where we will have the conference has potential also to be bigger than this year. So we will be happy to see all of you next year. I wish you a nice day in Tokyo. I wish you nice discussions and all the best. And thank you very much. Arigato.